It's not easy being green, especially as a Cuban tree frog in Florida. TV 20's Chris Gilmore reports the amphibious animals are threatening local native wildlife.
Yes, Paige, local environmental experts are encouraging citizens to get rid of the intruders as soon as possible.
They're not your average frog.
It should not be here. It's not native to Florida. It's a fine frog in its native range.
Its native home of Cuba, the Bahamas, and the Cayman Islands is a long way from north-central Florida, and experts say the Cuban tree frog is one little animal causing big problems.
Here in Florida, it should not be here. It eats a lot of the same things as our native frogs, so it could be competing for food. More importantly, it's a predator of native frogs. It eats them, and it has caused the local declines of native tree frogs.
Johnson has a special method of capturing the Cuban tree frogs.
Dr. Johnson and his students created this Cuban tree frog trap that we see here in this tube to try and catch the pest. Now you simply just lift the tube up, and with the aid of this plunger, out should come the tree frog at the end.
All part of the process, Johnson says, is part of getting rid of the invasive exotic animal.
We ask people that find these frogs to be sure they've properly identified them and then to humanely euthanize Cuban tree frogs to benefit the native tree frogs. So by euthanizing the Cuban tree frogs, you're essentially acting as an advocate for our native species.
Johnson recommends using an ointment containing at least 20% benzocaine to put the frogs to sleep before placing them in the freezer to die.
I would place a bead of that on the frog's stomach, and then I would simply rub that Orajel around, and then I'm going to wait a few minutes. And the frog's skin is going to become a little reddened on the belly, but this benzocaine in this ointment is going to anesthetize the frog, knock it out, and basically, make it unconscious.
Johnson describes this method as humane and a good way to give native wildlife a break.
Experts don't recommend handling the Cuban tree frog with bare hands because of the slime they secrete on their backs. It's a skin irritant that can also trigger asthma. And according to Johnson, Cuban tree frogs can also get into utility boxes and toilets, creating power outages and clogged drains. Chris Gilmore, TV 20 News.